Sometimes the scariest thing in the Marvel universe isn't claws, lasers, or cosmic gods. It's a man with a broken heart and an idea too dangerous to ignore. In X-Force number 1, 2024, Forge takes his mutation to Omega level, builds a machine that can spot world-ending fractures, and pulls together the most unstable team imaginable. And yes, at one point, his genius plan literally involves feeding Deadpool to a monster. You can't make this stuff up. We open in a city under siege. Different X-Men squads are fighting off the alien brood in brutal combat, but none of it's real. A voice interrupts. Forge. And suddenly, Forge pauses the scene. He's not on the battlefield at all. He's sitting on a couch, bag of chips in hand, watching a hologram like it's old war footage. The robotic assistant Mahe tells him the project components are complete. Forge is shocked. That was supposed to take a full day. But Mahe points out that Forge has been trapped in these simulations for 36.7891 hours. He snaps out of it and orders the computer system Naeva to end the simulation. Mahe reminds him, McCoy Project, Phase 1 is primed. Forge winces at the name. He thought he'd erased it. The robot clarifies, he didn't. As they walk, Mahe projects a hologram of Hank McCoy, the original Beast, back in his human-looking days. Beast says he just wanted to be normal. That science was about taming nature, about taming the beast. Forge mutters bitterly. McCoy stumbled into power. He won't stumble. Outside, Forge steps into a strange setup, a triangle of devices planted in the ground. He sits at the center, a small open globe resting in front of him. This is his chance to push beyond limits. Forge admits his mutation has always been reactive. He sees a problem, and instinctively, his mind builds the solution. But now, he's going to force a mutagenic shift. He's going to make himself Omega. He orders Mahe to begin. The machines blast ambient radiation into him, rewriting his mutation. The process is agony. Visions overwhelm him. Glimpses of strange places, Hardhouse, Florida, the Well of All Things, the Forest of Torment, Surachi-shi, Japan. He realizes these are fractures, cracks in reality, in the world itself. The energy burns through him. His body shakes. His mind nearly snaps. And then it ends. Forge collapses, barely able to breathe. But through ragged gasps, he smiles. It worked. Take that, McCoy. He's not just a builder anymore. He's Omega. Still shaking, he names his first priority, the small globe he calls the analog. Then the second, Tessa. Sage. Because nothing works without her. Forge has broken his limits. He's seen fractures that could tear reality apart. And to face them, he'll need a team, starting with a woman as broken as the world itself. From the battlefield visions, we shift to Zurich, Lake Geneva. Inside a quiet mental clinic, Forge walks the halls under a false name, Dr. Silvercloud. He's not here for medicine. He's here for Sage. Dr. St. Genis explains. When the woman calling herself Mademoiselle Lechec arrived, she had no papers, no ID, only trauma. They checked her history, but there was nothing to find. Forge cuts her off, assuming her money transfers cleared. Cold, but efficient. The doctor leads him inside. There, curled on a couch, clutching a pillow, sits Tessa, Sage. She whispers poetry under her breath. The Hollow Men by T.S. Eliot. Then switches languages. English, Esperanto, even hexadecimal code. She shifts again, quoting Lewis Carroll. If you want to get somewhere else, you must run at least twice as fast. Forge greets her and quietly translates her alias. Lechec. Failure. He tells her he understands. A week ago, he was where she is. Their friends scattered. The end of the world. She insists it's her fault. He tells her it's not. No one saw it coming. No one could have. But people like them don't hide. They fight. Then Forge shows her the analog. A small globe, glowing, splitting. Sage stares at it. It's a simulacrum of the world, she says. And it's breaking. Forge answers, only if we let it. 10 days later, Surachi-shi. The jet cuts across the sky over Surachi-shi, Japan. Forge and Sage, now in new black and red uniforms, approach the first fracture. Sage criticizes him for avoiding Japanese authorities. Forge ignores her. Their boots hum with pseudonium. artificial vibranium that lets them glide silently as they drop into the dark city. Sage's goggles scan. She frowns. Satellite telemetry is a snowstorm. The city's dark. No heat plumes. No comm traffic. Population should be 30,000. Where is everybody? The answer comes telepathically. You could use a psi assist. From the shadows, Rachel Summers, Ascani, and Betsy Braddock, Captain Britain, descend in matching uniforms. Forge orders ghost fields active, and field ops are comms only, no psychic chatter. 4 days earlier, Essex. Rachel sips tea as Betsy listens in disbelief. X-Force again? That's what this is? Betsy asks, sharp and skeptical. Forge explains. The analog doesn't lead. It identifies fractures. They seal them before the world collapses. And if he fails? If we fail, Forge stresses, the world ends. Betsy scoffs. This sounds like old X-Force. Clandestine, violent, secretive. Forge doesn't deny it. Rachel doesn't hesitate. She throws her arms around Betsy and shouts, X-Force, assemble! Betsy sighs, reluctant but loyal. Fair enough, but no Deadpool this time. The four drift telekinetically through the ruins. Rachel warns that she senses psychic energy, hundreds of minds, blurred. Forge says the analog doesn't work like her telepathy. It just points to the crisis. Betsy curses when she sees the streets below. Cars abandoned, police vehicles overturned, and everywhere, pools of strange blue fluid. Sage analyzes. The defense forces were caught off guard. Power grids are down. Survivors must be hiding. She warns Betsy not to touch the substance. Before she can finish, lightning strikes. Forge and Sage collapse. Rachel spins, pinning the attacker with telekinesis, but stops short. It's not an enemy. It's Noriko Ashita, Surge. Former new X-Man, electric speedster. Sage rattles off her powers. Electrical absorption, redirected hyperspeed. Surge recognizes them instantly. She throws her arms around Forge in relief. Thank God somebody came. I thought you were all dead. Behind her, survivors peek out, terrified, desperate. Surge warns them it isn't safe. She explains. After Krakoa fell, she returned home to Japan. She was visiting family when it happened. Out of Fujikawa's building, monsters erupted. Living sludge? When it touches you, you're gone. And then, the sludge moves again. A tentacle lashes out from a broken car, grabbing Mr. Watanabe, one of the survivors. Betsy slices through it with her psychic blade. More tentacles rise. The streets boil. The city is alive, and it's hungry. The survivors are cornered. Rachel and Betsy brace themselves. Sage calculates they have seconds before they're overwhelmed. And Forge? He calmly calls for someone. A name the others can't believe he just said out loud. The streets of Sarachi-shi are chaos. Blue sludge rises, tentacles whipping across abandoned cars. Survivors scream. Forge doesn't panic. He just mutters into comms. Tank, bring Wade. Betsy snaps her head around. Did he just say Wade? Rachel can't help but grin. A moment later, the ground shakes. A massive armored figure, Tank, crashes down onto the street. And clinging to his back, guns blazing, is none other than Deadpool. Deadpool greets them like old friends. Hey Betsy, Rachel, did you two finally tie the knot? Ever thought about a throuple? Polyamory's in. Before he can finish his nonsense, a sludge tentacle whips him off Tank's back and slams him into the ground. Merciful silence. For a moment. A few days earlier, in Madripoor, Forge, Sage, and Tank sat across from Deadpool. Wade's pitch was simple. You can't have X-Force without Deadpool. Apex murderer. Can't die. Total lock. Forge shuts him down cold. You're not on the team. Sage adds, you can't keep a secret unless money's involved. Deadpool smirks. What about that beach in Barbados, Sage? Never told anyone about that. Sage snaps, that never happened. Forge slides an offer across the table. 3 million Kuwaiti dinars, nearly $9.7 million. Deadpool stares. Okay, fine. One mission. Now, in the ruined streets, Deadpool hacks at sludge with his sword, making disgusted noises with every swing. Rachel and Betsy shield the civilians. Sage calculates probabilities, and the sludge isn't slowing. Forge transforms his cyborg hand into a blade, slashing through tendrils. Solution component locked. Rachel yells that her TK shields are buckling. Betsy complains this is exactly what she feared when joining. Rachel fires back. There's no choice. Betsy grits her teeth, pours her psychic energy into Rachel, and together they shove the creatures back with a telekinetic wall. Sage analyzes. The sludge isn't fighting strategically. It's moving east, migrating like lemmings. Deadpool shouts back, "Migrating? These things were on me like an STD." The mass gathers. More and more sludge fuses together, rising higher and higher until it towers over the skyscrapers. A giant fungal kaiju made of living biomass. Forge mutters, "Fracture node locked." Betsy suddenly collapses, clutching her head. Rachel holds her, furious. "It's projecting waves of hunger." Rachel lashes out, blasting a hole clean through the monster's stomach with raw telekinesis. For a heartbeat, it looks like victory. Then the wound closes, instantly. The team realizes they're hopelessly outmatched. Sage digs into data streams. The truth is worse than they imagined. Fujikawa Group engineered this, and they're a subsidiary of Essex Holdings. Mr. Sinister. He spliced mutant genes with alien matter, a fungoid organism designed to consume animal matter endlessly. And now it's loose. Sage whispers, This is the analog's world killer." The kaiju looms. Rachel and Betsy are faltering. Survivors cling to Surge. And Forge, calm as ever, orders the unthinkable. "Tank, maneuver L," the creature's mouth. Tank doesn't hesitate. He grabs Deadpool, who is still fighting, screaming, and half covered in sludge, and hurls him straight into the kaiju's gaping mouth. Deadpool flails midair, shouting, "Wait, what the?" Then silence as the monster swallows him whole. The others freeze in shock. Betsy's face twists with rage. Rachel can't believe it. Sage shouts, "Was that the plan?" Leaving Wade in there? Forge doesn't flinch. He looks at the analog, calm. Fracture corrected. Deadpool's muffled screams echo from within the monster. "It's eating me! Oh my god, it's actually eating me!" Forge explains with cold precision. Deadpool's body is a constant cycle of regeneration, fueled by his incurable cancer. The creature will keep trying to digest him, endlessly. But cancer cells have no nutrition. It's like eating empty calories. The beast will starve in 3 days. And Deadpool? He'll walk away, richer. Forge tells Deadpool to take a bow. He's saving the world. The team regroups at the jet. Tank carries Forge, who's exhausted but smiling. Surge, shaken but determined. Forge checks the analog. The fracture is sealed. Their next stop glows on the globe, Wakanda, the Forest of Torment. But Sage is furious. She confronts him. Was this the plan? Sacrificing Wade like that? Recruiting Surge without asking? Forge shrugs. Wade will be fine. And Surge. The analog chose her. Sage snaps. We're not a press gang. Forge answers coldly. I solve problems. I identify. I assess. I build a solution. A machine. The whole world is in trouble now. X-Force is my machine. But someone is watching. A shadowed woman sits at a console, eyes on screens filled with Forge and his new X-Force. She whispers in Spanish, "And you, Carito, are mine." And that's where X-Force number 1, 2024, leaves us. Forge has turned himself into an Omega mutant, built the analog, and forged a new X-Force built on desperation and broken lives. Their first mission left a city in ruins and Deadpool inside a monster. And now, the fractures are leading them to Wakanda, where things are only going to get darker.